Hi everyone, this week's Parsha is Parshat Vayikra. Now, starting this new book of Vayikra of Leviticus, we go in talking about different korbanot, different sacrifices that one gives in different scenarios based on what kind of person you are and what exact situation you're in. So we have a bunch of situations that start off ve'im and if. And if a priest, if a Kohen were to do X, then he would bring this kind of korban, of sacrifice. And if this person, ve'im, if this person were to do Y, then that person would bring that kind of sacrifice. And that's the general structure throughout most of this week's Parsha. Now, one situation in particular stands out, because instead of saying ve'im and if, it says asher, when. So this is the classic dilemma we have today, right? Is it, people say it like in context all the time. It's not if, it's when. And in this situation, it's very interesting, because the Torah says, and when a nasi, when a leader, when a king sins, then they should bring an asham, they bring one goat, and they bring a korban, they bring a sacrifice. Now, all the commentaries hop on this right away. And Rashi says, why is the word asher used here? When? Why not if, like anyone else? So we see in the Midrash that it says, it uses the word ashrei, which means praiseworthy, and asher, it has the same shorish, the same root as the word asher. It says praiseworthy is the generation whose leaders, whose king goes and admits their wrongdoings and atones for their sins, right? Praiseworthy be them. That's great. Now, the Rabbeinu Bechaye goes along this logic a little further, makes it more applicable to us today. The language used here is not, the Torah could have used melech, right, specifically targeting a king, but instead, the Torah uses the word nasi, and a nasi just means a leader, someone who's raised up in society above everyone else in terms of whatever it may be. Could even be the person who runs the company, or the person who organizes the minyan in the morning, whatever it may be. That person is raised up, and for that person, it is so paramount, so important that person is able to acknowledge their wrongdoings. And what does this do for us? What does this do for all these positions, whether they be nobility or just your average person who has a leadership position? It shows us that this whole dynamic of not if but when is, we are on a different level than Hashem. We could be raised up in the highest positions, but we're not Hashem. We don't have that ability to do everything perfectly. And in order to do the best job that we can, we have to be conscious of that. And that's exactly what the Torah is telling us to do here by using the word asher instead of im. So my bracha to everyone this week is that we're able, in all the leadership positions that we may be in, we should look for those areas in our positions where we might be doing some kind of wrongdoing, and we should acknowledge that and rectify it and atone for that. And with that, I wish you all a Shabbat Shalom.